Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is Holydemonhero, back with some adventures through SevTech Ages. Last time we left off, we fought some Shoggoths, got some Shoggoth flesh, and then we got some statues of eldritch gods, and now we're on to the next step of dealing with the Abysscraft, which is to get some Corellium gems. And Corellium gems can be found in swamp areas. Once you get to this point, you find Corellium ore spawning in swamps. And so I went ahead and found some of those deposits. So I'll show you where I found those in a moment. But also, I got enough of these dog pelts to make wild dog pelt boots. And let's see if I can find the crafting recipe. So to make these, you need a bundle of feathers, which you get from having 8 feathers and a piece of hemp fiber. And you also need either slime or glue. I just used glue. And then leather boots, and then 4 of these wild dog pelts. And yeah, armor-wise, not terribly great. However, the best part about them is that you can jump really high, and you can run very, very fast. I get so quick that sometimes I get serious lag spikes because the world doesn't load in fully. So from now on I probably won't be using my horse too much, just because these boots are way faster than the horse. And what's kind of weird is that when you're in water, the running becomes even faster. Like even when you're below water. So I'm going to make my way over to that jungle, the swamp, where I found that deposit of ore, and I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright, so I started digging a mineshaft in this swamp area. I found one of these natural spawning little huts, so I figured I might as well use it as a land marker. And I was lucky to break through into a cave system, and I found myself a lot of these deposits. It's further down than I remember. There we go. Oh, whoop. Okay. So yeah, I found a lot of these deposits of that Corellium ore. So I can just use your bronze pickaxe to mine it. I don't know if a stone one is enough. I just used the copper one to test it. And you want to get as many of these as possible, because you'll end up needing quite a lot. And yeah, I've already explored most of this cave and marked all those locations where I found these. I also tried to do some strip mining and see how well that works out. And actually, during strip mining, I didn't find that many deposits. So I made myself some tunnels here. And the only deposits I found were some that opened up into another cave system. So I don't know, maybe, you just have to look for caves in the swamp biome and go through those. But yeah, so once you have yourself a good load of these Corellium gems, then you can get ready for the next step, which is to smelt those into a Corellium infused block. And what you end up doing is, well, there's a bunch of different recipes you can make with these. Essentially, you get the gems and you make them into a 9-gem cluster. And then you combine a 9-gem cluster with a bunch of, you can either use polished stones or just smooth stone. It doesn't work with cobblestone, but essentially you get a corellium infused stone, and then you put that in a smelter for a corellium pearl. So I'm going to go mine the rest of this cave, and I'll see you guys back at base. Alright, so we're back at base, and we got ourselves a lot of those corellium gems. And so, like I said, you need to make these corellium gems into bundles or clusters. And I usually make 3 of the 3 clusters, because then you can use only 6 of the stones, and then you get a corellium infused stone. So this way you only use up 6 stones. The alternative would be to make a 9 cluster, which you would have to then use 8 stones for. But if that's what you want to do, be my guest. You get the same result. You get a corellium infused gem. You can also break up the clusters again. So you can also mix and match as long as you get a total of 9 surrounded by stones. That's all you need to get these infused gems. And you want to make a few of those gems because they're going to be important for some of the other advancements. And all you have to do is put them into a furnace, and you get some. Oh, come on. Well, ta-da! You get some corellium pearls. Yay! And then you can use the pearls to make other stuff like energy pedestals, sacrificial altars, and some other stuff which we don't even know, as well as a teleporter. You can also make it into a blood gem, blood orb, and then also use them for a bunch of the Necronomicon rituals. So they are quite important, and later on they become even more important. And then one another thing. For the blood magic rituals, you can make a blood orb with a coagulated blood drop. And you can make one of these blood drops by putting rotten flesh in our melter, which turns into blood. And then you pour the blood into a casting table, and that'll give you 1 coagulated blood. And so we can take this coagulated blood. Oop. What was that? Piranha attacking? Okay. So anyway, you take the coagulated blood and you put it in the blood altar, and you watch the magic happen. And you will get one of these weak blood orbs. Now you do need 2,000 life points to do this, so it's going to take quite a bit of stabbing. Does it require more stabbing? More blood? It's showing those red particles, which usually means that it's working. So maybe this one is just taking a while. Alright, there we go. Haha. So, turn into our blood orb. Now, what the blood orb can do is... Oop. Okay. So... yeah, if you right-click, it draws life points from you, just like with the dagger. But I believe you can then store them anywhere on you, so you don't have to stand next to the blood altar to do it. But yeah, we'll just put that away for now. Now I got some other ingredients here, and you can see I did a bunch of farming of dark oak parts, or I mean darkland parts from Abysscraft, for all the necessary ingredients to make the energy pedestal. So we need monolith stone, a shadow gem, and a corallium pearl. Got a pearl right here, monolith stone, and then bim bam boom, ta-da, we got ourselves an energy pedestal. Now usually at this point you would get an achievement, but to test this out I already made one, and so I already popped the achievement, or the advancement, and I also got the advancement for finding a jungle, which you get simply by finding a parrot, or taming a parrot, or using a ritual to spawn one in. And at the same time it opened up this tier too, opening up the Between Lands adventure. That's a whole nother thing that opened up. And I figured since we have all these eldritch, components, why don't I go ahead and make myself a eldritch temple? So I made one. Ta-da! And we got some zombies, or skeletons. Yeah. Okay, so a few things I will grab real quick before heading there. Jump it. So I can show off my evil eldritch temple. And yeah. So of course, like any evil temple, you want to have some ritual altars, like this one. This one right here is made out of dark cobblestone, or darkstone cobblestone. And what you do is you want to arrange cobblestone or darkstone cobblestone in a configuration like this, one in the center, and then 8 in a 8-shaped circle, or 8-pointed circle around it. And then you right-click, or sorry, you shift right-click with your Necronomicon, and that turns all of these into ritual altars. And if you mine them, they turn back into cobblestone. And you can do it with most of the Abysscraft stone types. If you type in ritual, you can see all the different rituals you can make. So, right now we can only make the darkstone ones. All the rest here, that's locked. We'll find those stone types later. But I'm going to make all of these out of darkstone cobblestone because I just think they look much nicer. Ah, gorgeous. Alright. And you can do a few rituals with the Necronomicon. You can find all the information under rituals and then normal. Well, if you go under information, it just tells you how to set up everything, but really all the recipes are under normal. So yeah. And most of them are still going to be locked just because we haven't discovered the items, or haven't gotten that far in advancements. However, we're going to make one of these overworld energy pedestals. So you want to put the items in this configuration in the ritual altars. So put the pedestal in the center, and top, put 2 gem shards. There and there. Let's see, Corellium gems on the side. Darkstone, cobblestone, darkstone, cobblestone. Bump and bump. And then 2 just regular cobblestone pieces. Okay, now once you place all the pieces, you want to go to the altar and shift click with your Necronomicon. Now you can see when I hover over it with my mouse, it says 5,000 out of 5,000 PE. That's potential energy. And I'll explain in a moment how you collect that, but aha, there we go. So lightning means that the ritual was a success, and we get ourselves a cobblestone or an overworld energy pedestal, which is 1 tier up from the base. And there's different ways how to fill up your Necronomicon with potential energy. One of the simplest ways is to use the statues that we collected last time. Now, the statues, you can just put them on the ground and walk near them with your Necronomicon, and you'll get these blue little things floating towards you. But if you don't want to stand near it, you can just put it, whoa, yeah, you can just put it on a pedestal, and then have the statues, well, shoot their potential energy into the pedestal, which then charges up the Necronomicon. And so the pedestal I put right there is the base, and I'm actually going to go ahead and mine that. Ah! Uh-oh!